there, my name's Ms.RedNebula and welcome to a new series on Planet Zoo tips. These aren't full tutorials, just a rapid-fire series of 5 quick tips you might not have known about. We're still in beta, but I've tried to choose tips unlikely to change when the game is fully released, so let's get started. Tip number 1. If you don't like how the camera moves, try Freelook Mode by pressing T. You can also toggle whether you want vertical movement enabled by going to Settings, Camera, and unchecking Freelook Camera Fixed Height Panning. Tip number 2. To see where an animal can walk in an enclosure, including possible escape routes, open the heat maps by clicking this toggle in the lower left corner. Go to the second tab, Habitat, and make sure Traversable Area is chosen in the drop-down. Click an animal to see where it can walk. Tip number 3. When you first get a small exhibit animal, its habitat suitability will start low. Adjust the temperature and humidity on the Climate tab. Research the animal to unlock enrichment items, which you can see on the Layout tab. You need at least 1 item from each of 3 enrichment levels to get 100% suitability in the habitat. Tip number 4. Check the Zoopedia to see what barrier resistance grade and height are required for an animal's habitat. You can find out the grade of each barrier, as well as other useful information, in Help under Habitats and Exhibits, Barrier Types. If there's no height listed, the barrier can be short, and guests can see over a 1 meter barrier. Tip number 5. Animals don't need a water dish if they have a pond in their enclosure. Make sure the edges aren't too steep so they can access it, and it's in range of a water treatment facility so it stays clean. And here's a fun bonus tip. If you sell balloons, click on them to pop them. You can do this if the balloons are floating or even if a guest is still holding it. Gives me that old roller coaster tycoon nostalgia. And that's it for this one. What do you think of this format? I want to do a bunch of these, some during the beta and more when the game is released. I'll also be doing some full tutorials later when the game is live. In the meantime, some of my Planet Coaster tutorials are also applicable to Planet Zoo, like the one on paths or the first one on rides. I'll link them in the description below. Feel free to like or comment, and if you want random updates from my little world of art and gaming, subscribe. If you enjoy what I do and are interested in supporting the channel, check out my Patreon. A big thank you to my current patrons. That's all for now. Bye!